Good morning, students. Welcome back to English class. So, today we are going to start a new chapter, The Sound of Music. That is part 1 from class 9, Beehive book. Okay. So, I'm just waiting for everyone to come so that I can start the lesson. Okay, so, yes, good morning, Yuvraj, Kushi, I can see them. So, let's start our chapter for today. Okay, it's time already. We have already uh, crossed our time. Okay, so good morning, Nirvan. Good morning, Dimple. Okay, we will start the chapter, The Sound of Music. Okay, that is English 1. Evelyn Glennie, Listen to Sound Without Hearing It, Part 1. So you can take out your book, page number, you can see your book, page number 17. Okay, it's page number 17, The Sound of Music. So, can I start now? If everyone is there. Good morning, Rimlada. Okay, so I will start it. Yeah, Sound of Music. Here it is the topic. Evelyn Glennie listened to sound without hearing it. Okay, like here, Evelyn Glennie, who listened to sound without hearing it. She is actually a physically disabled girl who cannot hear properly. She is a deaf girl, and a deaf girl, how she listened to music, listened to sound without hearing. So that is the story about, that will be the story about Evelyn Glennie. Good morning, Raja. So let's start it. Yeah. So here, before you read, you can see here some lines written here. God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. So now we will learn about Evelyn Glennie, that she could not hear properly. She is deaf, but still God has given her some extraordinary powers. Okay. Okay. Good morning, Mercy. So, God has given her some extraordinary powers that she can hear it. Though she is deaf, but she can feel the sound and all very deeply, even more far more better than people who are normal. And she can express music very beautifully. So, how she express music so nicely, and how she actually learn it, we will learn from this story. Okay, The Sound of Music. So I will start it. Okay, so rush hour crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibration of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting enough for any teenager fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. She was profoundly deaf. So now in the first paragraph, we will find a girl who is a very small and thin girl, and she is 17 years old, but still she looks younger than 17-year-old. Okay, so she is actually on the underground train platform. She's waiting there, as it was the rushing time for the people to go, just come out from the train and to just go on their own destination. As we know, in the platform in the railway station, how when a train stop its destination, when people just come out from the train, what is the situation? We all knew it is not it. We all know that how the situation is will be in the platform. So there, a girl who is very thin, she very thin, a 17-year-old girl, and it can be seen in her face that she is very nervous. But also there is some excitement, and she can feel the vibration of that approaching train as the train was going. Though she could not hear it through her hear it, she could not hear through her ear, but she can feel the vibration of that moving train, that approaching train. Okay, and it was her first day. That was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London. She has actually admitted herself, taken admission in a very prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and that was her first day. And of course, it will be a very for first day as a fresher, it will be a very nervous uh, times. Now, whenever we go to a particular place for the first day, we feel very nervous. Even if we just take admission in a new school, when we go to that school for the first day, I will feel very nervous that what will be the day, how will I actually mix up with all that environment. It's not it because everything is new for me. So here, same thing happened to this girl. She was excited because she is coming to a new place, but still there is some nervousness with her. Okay, she was nervous, and also it was a very uh, we can say a frightening task for her. It was she was very frightened as she was a new fresher, and she was from Scottish farm. Okay, so she was very nervous there. But this aspiring musician faced a bigger challenge than most. But though she has many dreams, she actually loves music, and that's why she has taken admission in the Royal Academy of Music. Though she was nervous, but still she was excited that she is going to learn something. That was her dream, to be to be a musician, to be a good musician. That was her dream. But still, she faced a very bigger challenge than other students were there. And what was that? That was she was deaf. She was profoundly deaf. She could not hear, and without hearing it, how she will actually learn music? How the people, how the teachers will teach her the music? So that will be a very big task for everyone, a big challenge for everyone, not only for the one who will teach her, but also for herself. That how she will learn music, how she will feel music without hearing through her ear. Clear, everyone? Okay. So now let's next part. Okay, we will go to the next part, number 2. I hope you have understood the first paragraph. Is there any doubt? Please reply. Have you understood or not? In the first paragraph, we have come across a girl who is very small and thin girl, and a 17-year-old girl who has actually whose first day who came who took admission in the college in the uh, Royal Academy of Music, and it was her first day, and she was very much nervous and also excited. And why she was nervous? Though she was a fresher, but she was not like other children. She was actually a physically disabled girl. She could not hear, and that was a very big challenge in her life, that she could not hear, but she has came to learn music there. Okay. So now, Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing. Now we will come across how Evelyn, actually her name is Evelyn, how Evelyn actually, from when she could not hear it, what was the reason behind it, how she actually, about the story of Evelyn. We will learn about the story of Evelyn now. Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name, and she did not move. I suddenly realized she hadn't heard, says Isabel Glennie. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated, and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. Now, Evelyn Glennie, her loss of hearing had been gradual. It was just increasing day by day. It was not that she was by born she was deaf. She was not deaf by born. Okay. Okay, Sani, I will repeat it. The first paragraph. In the first paragraph, we have learned that a girl was waiting on the underground train platform. A very thin and small girl who was 17 years old, but still she looked younger than 17-year old. And there we can see on her face that she was excited and nervous too, because it was her first day at Royal Academy of Music. She has come. She has taken admission in the Royal Academy of Music in London, and that was a bigger challenge in her life because she was a physically disabled girl. That means she could not hear, and without hearing, she will actually learn music now. Without hearing, how she will learn music? So that is a very big challenge for her. And she is from a Scottish farm, and of course, it is very normal for any of the new students or newcomers or freshers to be nervous at the first day of their class or whatever of their school. Yeah, it is a normal thing. So she is also the same way. She was also very much excited that she is going to uh, like she's going to see her dream, whatever dream where she's going to actually pursue that dream. But still she was little bit afraid because she was totally different from other students. She was not like other students because she was deaf. She could not hear. Okay. Now in the second paragraph we will learn about Evelyn Glennie's story of how she became deaf, and after that how she actually managed to learn music without hearing it. Okay. So Evelyn Glennie loss of hearing had been gradual. So Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing was increasing day by day. And her mother, she remembers, noticing something was wrong when the 8-year-old girl Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. And it was her mother who has noticed that something was wrong with her child, because she was not deaf from the by birth. She was not deaf by birth. Uh, After later on, she could hear before that, but later on, the problem of deafness arise. Okay, so now her mother, she remembers very well. She noticed her child that there was something wrong with her child. She was only 8 years old when she was when she was waiting to play the piano, and they called her. So it was like a program was going on there. So everyone was getting their own, showing their own performance, and there they called her name. Okay, so it was Evelyn's time, so they called her name to as next. That was her performance, to show her performance. So one was calling her name again and again, but Evelyn, she did not respond it, and she did not even move. And then her mother, she recognized, she noticed that something was wrong with her, that she was not moving. Her name was called. Her name was being called. By call to play the piano, but she was not moving. And then she suddenly realized that she had not heard. Then her mother realized that she had not heard her name as it was being called again and again. So Isabel Glennie, she says that then only she realized that her daughter cannot hear. So here Isabel Glennie is the mother of Evelyn. Okay. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers. So later on, Evelyn also realized that she could not hear, but she tried to conceal it. She was ashamed of showing her weakness to someone, or she is afraid of showing her weakness to someone else. She felt like very inferior to them. So she for many times she for some time, she actually tried to hide her deafness. It was growing day by day. Her deafness was growing day by day, but she tried to conceal. She tried to show that as if she can hear everything. But from her friends and teacher. But by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated, and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. So, but when she was 11 years old, she could not even hide from anyone because her marks, she got very less marks in her exams in every subject, each and every subject she got very less marks. And then her administrator, she noticed that there is something wrong with this girl Evelyn. There is some problem with that daughter, and that she needs to be taken to a specialist. And then it was And then her headmistress, she called her parents, and she told her that there is something wrong with the child, and then she needs to be taken to the specialist. Okay, everyone? So I think clear up to here, yeah? So I will just continue the rest. If you have any doubt, you just write it down so that I will repeat it, okay? You write in the chat section. Okay, it was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired, and then it was discovered that uh, her hearing has been weakened. Okay, it became very weak. Means when the day when her mother she noticed the thing, if she would have done something, maybe there would be some improvement. But it was like very a long gap. 8 years now, she is 11 years. It was a long gap. They did not even discover those things. But when they discovered, they find it that her like there was some nerve damage. She has damaged her nerve that was connected with the ears and all, and for that her hearing has become very weak. She could not hear anything from that day onwards. It has become very weak. So they were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the Okay, Kushi, you have not understood that. Okay, the second part, so I will repeat it. In the second part, it's like it is a story about Evelyn, that how she became deaf. Okay, so then here it is written that Evelyn Glennie's like hearing problem. It was not by birth only. When she took birth and she was deaf, it was not like that. For after that, she could hear it. After her birth, she could hear it very properly. Okay, very properly. She could hear it very properly. Okay, but when she was 8 years old and she was just waiting to play the piano, there was some program going on, maybe in her school or somewhere, and she was playing. She was waiting to play the piano. As from childhood only, she has a passion of music, to learn music. She loves music. So from her childhood, she had that passion. Okay, so she was just waiting to play the piano, and then when her turn come, uh, she was called again and again. Her name was called again and again, but she did not respond it. She did not even move it. And then her mother, who was Isabel Glennie, she noticed that her child, her daughter, she was not moving from there as her name was being called again and again. And then she realized that there is some problem with her child. But maybe they didn't take it seriously at that time. Okay, so after some, and then even Evelyn, she realized that she could not hear, but still she tried to hide it from her friends, from her teacher. She was ashamed to show it. She felt like inferior to them if she will tell them that she could not hear. So she concealed the thing that she could not hear from her teacher, from her friend. But how long she could actually hide it, isn't it? So when her marks, when she got very less mark in her exam, then only her headmistress, even her teacher, they came to know that there is some problem with the girl. And then her headmistress, she called her, she requested her parents to come and meet her, and then she told that her child has some problem. She has become very weak in her studies, and then she need to be taken to a specialist. And then only it was discovered that she could not hear a single word at all. Her nerve has totally damaged. It has become very weak. And then they were advised, and then the doctors even advised her parents to that she should be fitted with hearing aids, the machines and all, no, which help us to hear. The one who could not hear, you can see the people who cannot hear, they put some machine on their ears, so some hearing aid. And then even her teachers of that school, they also advise her parents to send her to a school where deaf students go to some special school. Okay, so now everything suddenly looked black, says Agnes. And then when she found that people were telling her that she will not be, she cannot study like a normal child. She should be sent. She will be sent to the school for the deaf. So suddenly everything looked black for her. She thought that everything was finished now. There is nothing. Evelyn, she feels at the time when everyone were actually responding with her in such a way as if she was very different from other child, that she could not hear. Even her teacher, they told her parents that they should actually admit her, uh, give her admission in the school where for the deaf children. So she thought that she has become totally different from their normal child, and then everything looked black for Evelyn. But then how she actually managed to just overcome that situation. Okay, after that we will read it. Clear, everyone? Okay, so now, but Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. So now, okay, not clear. Which part, Vinay? Which part? Which part is not clear, Vinay? Okay, the first paragraph. Okay, I will once again, yes, first paragraph. Okay, I will once again repeat it, but later on also you can just after watching all the whole video again repeat the video and you can see it. Okay, once again I am repeating the same thing. In the first paragraph, there a girl was standing underground on the underground train platform. A very thin and small girl who was almost 17 years old, but she looks like younger than 17-year old. Okay, and it seems that she was very nervous and also too excited, as she can feel the vibration of the approaching train. As the train was moving, she can feel the vibration because she could not hear. She could not hear. So whatever things she noticed, she actually feels everything. Even the vibration, as the train was moving, she could not hear the train was moving, but she can feel the vibration of the train. So in such a way, she used to listen to the things. So now, as she was very nervous at that time, because it was her first day at the it was she had taken admission in the Royal Academy of Music, as it was her passion, that she loves music, and it was her dream to become a good musician and all. So it was her first day at that music academy, Royal Academy of Music in London. And even it was a very frightening task for her because she was not like other children. Okay, she was totally different from other children. But still, she has some dream in her. And why she was totally different? Because she could not hear. So she was not like other normal children. So that was the you can say a bigger challenge for her in her life, that she could not hear. She has come to learn music, but without hearing it, how she will learn music. So that was a very bigger challenge in her life, and that's why she was very much afraid. Now, in the second paragraph, we just learn about Evelyn's life, that uh, how she actually become, uh, what we say, deaf. So it was like Evelyn Glennie's hearing had been gradual. It was just Evelyn Glennie. She was not deaf from her birth. She was not deaf by birth only, but she had later on. The problem increases day by day. Okay. So what happened? Her mother, she noticed that there was something wrong with her child. that she was waiting to play the piano, and her name was called. When her turn came, her name was called, but she did not move from there. And while she did not move from there, her mother noticed that there is something wrong with her. But maybe that time they didn't take the thing seriously, okay? So did not take the thing seriously. She was only 8 year old at that time. So now, Isabel Glennie, as her mother was, she at that time she realized that there was something wrong, but they didn't take it seriously. And even after that, Evelyn tried to conceal her problem. Okay, from everyone, she tried, from her teachers, from her friends, she tried to conceal her, hide her problem. Okay, so they called. But how long she would conceal it, okay? So one day what happened, when after she has given the examination, her exam result came, and it was found that she got very less mark in her examination, her papers, very less mark. And then only her headmistress, she called her parents, she requested her parents that, and told her parents that their child has some problem, as she could not hear it, because her marks has also deteriorated. It has become very, uh, she is from Scotland, okay? Scottish farm. You can see here, Mercy. She is from Scotland. It is written here, from a Scottish farm, okay? That is Scotland. So, and then her headmistress, she called her parents, and then told her parents that she should be taken to a specialist, and to give the treatment properly. And then only when she was taken to a doctor, then only it was discovered that there was a nerve, her nerve has totally damaged. Her nerve of her ear has totally damaged, and there is nothing that they can actually do to, so that she can hear again. So there was no way. And then they advised her that she should be fitted with some machines and all, some hearing aids and all. And then even her parents, they told her, even her teachers, they told her parents that she should be admitted in some other schools, and given admission in some other school where, the special children, schools for the special children. So she should be sent to a school for the deaf. And when she realized that everyone was discouraging her, they were treating her like other children, not like a normal child, she became very sad. She became very upset. It discouraged her a lot. And suddenly everything became black in front of her. So this one, while Evelyn was giving her an interview, you can say an interview. At that time, she said that everything suddenly looked black when everyone started treating her like other children, like the children who are physically impaired. No, so when she was treated in such a way, it seemed like everything has gone black. Clear, everyone? Now, okay. So now let's go to the third paragraph. Yeah. So, but Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. So now, but still, Evelyn, she was not going to give up. Though many people discouraged her, but still, she wanted to overcome. She tried to overcome that situation. So she was not ready to give up everything. So she was very. She thought that she can also live a normal life like other children, and also she can pursue her interest in music. Though her passion was music, so she was determined that no, she will lead a normal life like other, though whatever the people say, but she is not going to give up. So one day, what happened? She noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. So one day, she decided that, as she saw a girl, she noticed a girl that the girl was playing a xylophone. Xylophone, you know it. What is xylophone? A musical instrument with row of wooden bars of different length and all. No, so that is a xylophone. It is a musical instrument. And then she decided that she also want to play that xylophone. Now here what happened? Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. So most of the teachers, they discouraged her. They told that no, you cannot do it. She was discouraged by each and every teachers of her school. that she could not play musical instrument and all because she could not hear. But there was one person who actually saw her potential. He found that there is something in Evelyn. That is run for percussionist, run for. So percussionist means a person who plays lots of musical instruments, especially the drum and all, the drum, tabla and all. So that is percussionist. So now Ron Force, who was a percussionist, he found that there is something, some Evelyn Glennie has some potential to learn the things. Okay, so he found it. Though other teachers they discouraged her a lot, but Ron first he saw that there is some potential in that girl that she can actually learn music. Okay, he began by tuning two large drums to different notes. Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way, says Evelyn. Way. Okay, then what happened? So then this Ron Fox, he saw that there is some potential in that girl, so he tried to help her. He said that he brought two large drums in front of her. He brought two large drums and he told that I will just, he said that I will just try to beat the drums. I will beat the drums and you just try to listen to that music of the drum. And then he also says, while I will play the music, play the drums, I will just beat the drum. Uh, you should not listen through your ear. Don't listen through your ear, or don't try to listen through your ear. Ron Fox, he said that try to listen it to some other way. Try to listen the music of this drum, of the sound of the drum through other way. But don't try to listen to this by your ear because you cannot hear it. So Ron Fox, he tried it. He tried to help uh, Evelyn. Okay, he brought two drums. One is larger one and one is shorter one. Okay, and then he told her that I will beat the drum. I will create some sound from the drum, and you try to hear the sound, but not through the ear, but with the help of some other way. Sense it some other way. Now Evelyn says, okay, says Evelyn, suddenly I realized I could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower from the waist down. And then Evelyn, she said that suddenly when he said it, suddenly she realized that she can hear those music. When Ronfab started beating the drums, suddenly she can hear it, and she realized that the sound of the larger drum, she can hear through the waist up, okay, waist up, and the lower one which she was beating, she can feel the music through her waist down. So in such a way, she tried to listen to the music with the help of her body parts, other body parts, not through her ear, but from with the help of other parts of her body. So that day she realized that she can actually hear music, though she cannot hear it through her ear, but she can feel the music through other parts of her body. Okay. And then Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. And then Forbes every day he helped Evelyn to hear the music. So this exercise was repeated every time. And soon Evelyn, she discovered that she could send those notes, certain notes in different parts of her body. And then she feel the music through other parts of her body. She realized she has become a perfect one. Okay, so everyday exercise has made her perfect uh, perfect one to hear the sound. I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibration. And then she says that as she cannot hear through her ear, so she had learned to open her mind and body to sounds and vibration. She has learned to open all other parts of her body that she tried to feel the sound through all other parts of her body. Okay, even her mind, even her soul, everything. She just open it so that she can hear the sound of the music and the vibration. Okay, and the rest was sheer determination and hard work. And the other was her hard work. It was her determination, as she has that passion. She had the passion on her that she will learn music, and also her hard work. Those things helped her to hear the music. So in this way, she started listening to music from her other parts of her body, but not through her ears. Clear, everyone? Is there any doubt? Just reply it, and then I will go to paragraph 4. Just reply it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. It's really very interesting story. Okay. Understood, everyone? Okay, once more from the beginning or only the third part? Bring Lida, once more from the beginning, only the third part. Only the third part. Okay. In the third part, and suddenly when everything looked black for Evelyn, then she suddenly thought that no, she cannot give it give up all those things. Okay. So now in the third part, Evelyn, she thought that she will not give up. She will work hard for this. She will achieve her dreams. Okay. So what she did, she thought that she determined to lead a normal life. She thought that as everyone was discouraging her that she cannot live a normal life like other children, she decided that no, she will live a normal life and show it to everyone that a physically disabled person can also lead a normal life like other people. So then she decided that she will learn music. She will try to learn music. But there was no help for her. As one day, what happened when she noticed that a girl was playing a xylophone, she also want to play it too. So she tried to play it, but there were other teachers who discouraged her a lot. They told her that she would not be able to play this xylophone, or it is not for her because she cannot hear. So when it was told her, she became very discouraged. She was discouraged towards those words by her teacher. But suddenly there was one person, that is Ron Forbes, a percussionist, who is a good player, who is a good drummer. He saw that there is there is some potential in that girl that uh, she can actually learn music. And then Ron Fox, he thought that he will help the girl. And in what way Ron Fox he helped her? He brought two drums. One was large and the other one was short, lower one. Okay, and then he started beating the drums. When he started beating the drums, he told Evelyn that you should not try to listen it. You should not try to give more stress to your ear by to try to listen through your ear, but try to listen this music through other parts of the body. Sense it through other parts of the body. And suddenly when he was repeating the sound, suddenly Evelyn, she realized that she can hear the music, but she can feel the music, not hear. She can feel the music. The larger drum she can feel through the waist tap, okay, from waist tap, and the lower one she can feel through the waist down. So in that way, when every day they started practicing the thing, the run forms he helped her a lot. He every day used to practice, make her practice, and one day she realized that yes, she can actually hear music, not through the ear but through other parts of her body. And it was also her hard work. It was not only that her practice, but also she was very ambitious about her work, and also she was very hard working girl. So it was also her hard work, as she was very determined. She actually whatever she wants to do, she will actually do it. So she has that she was very determined, and even she worked hard for that. And then she started listening the music through other parts of her body. Okay, so we will go to the fourth part. She never looked back from that point onwards. So from that day, she never looked back. Though people discourage her a lot, but she never tried to look back because she knew that if she will do it, she can actually do it. And then she toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. So after that day onwards, she never tried to look back. She never she never think about other people, what they will think. She never take the discouragement given by the other people. She was already encouraged by herself. So she even went to United Kingdom. She started performing with the youth orchestra. Okay, uh, orchestra like a music band and all. So she has a band, a group, music group. With them, she used to go to different visit different tour different places of the world, and she perform her uh, give her performance there. So she started a year, or there was a she has joined an orchestra team, and then she started moving on to different places to perform, to give her performance. And then by the time she was 16, she then decided that she will make music her life. Though she had the passion of learning music, but by the 16 she totally decided that no, music is only her life, and she started playing. She started dreaming of music only. There was nothing other dream in her life. So she auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored, and then only she auditioned for this Royal Academy of Music, and then she came to the Royal Academy of Music. And she, when she gave her performance there, audition, as you know, giving a short performance, no, like we have seen in BID and all, auditions are given, yeah, and then only the judge, they select who can actually give their performance in the next part, no. So she gave her audition in the Royal Academy of Music, and there she scored number one of the highest mark in the history of the academy. Though she could not hear, but she has scored highest marks in that academy. And then she got the chance to uh, she got the chance to learn music in this Royal Academy of Music in London. Okay, so she gradually moved from orchestral work to solo, and after that she thought that she will not work in a group, but she will do her solo performance. She started performing, giving her solo performance. Solo means single. Okay, so she started giving performing single in a single. At the end of her 3-year course, as she was doing her course in this Royal Academy of Music, at the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. And within that 3 years, she had learned a lot, and she had captured most of the top awards. She has got many awards after that. Within that 3 years, she had achieved many awards. So we can see that if you are determined, if you are confidence on yourself, if you have the confidence in yourself, if you are determined to do any work and also hard work, then nothing can stop you to do that work, isn't it? So we should always be very determined. We should always, there should be passion on us to do any kind of work, and nothing is impossible. We can see from the story Evelyn that nothing is impossible. When a girl who is deaf can hear, listen to the music, then why not other people? Yeah, why not other people can achieve their dream if they work hard, and also a passion should be there in everyone's heart. Okay, achieved in her life. She won't. She do not want to achieve any heroic achievement. She do not want to be the hero of it. People will start like becoming. She do not want any achievement for this, because why she says like that? Because if you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And because why she do not want to take any heroic achievement, she feel like everyone can do it. What she has done, everyone can do it, and there is nothing to give any heroic achievement for her. Because if you work hard, and if you know what you want in your life, if you have that passion in you, if you have the dream in yourself, of course you will get it there. But you have to work hard. You should work hard for that. So if you work hard, you will achieve your successful life. And she got right to the top. And yes, that is actually true, because she worked hard, she got to the top. Today she became the number one, the world's most sought after percussionist with a mastery of some thousands instruments and hectic international schedule. So now she has actually she has not only learned music, but she has mastered, she has She has mastered in some thousands of instruments. Now she can play thousands of instruments, and she has even break the international schedule and all. She has become the number one in every in the world. She has become number one. She has actually break all the world records and all. And then she said that it is only because of her hard work. If you work hard, everything is possible in your life. Only you should have the passion and dream, and of course you will achieve it. So that today she has become the master after the multi-percussionist. She has learned thousands of instruments. She know how to play thousands of instruments. Clear, everyone? Okay. After that, it is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. In our 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with bushy beards give me trouble. She laughed. It is It is not just watching the lips, it is the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says. But that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. So now it is very you can say people are curious to know about her. Many people are very curious to they are fascinated to know about her, to watch Evelyn perform so effortlessly. Even she speaks so effortlessly without hearing, though she cannot hear. It is very yes, Rajat. Yes, Sanya. What happened? Master means taking master in something. Master like bachelor degree and all, master degree. So taking a degree, okay? Master. Like we do MA, no? Master in arts. Similarly, she has mastered the music and all. Okay? Okay. So it is very fascinating to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly. So people are very much curious to know about Evelyn and how she can hear so effortless, how she can actually speak so effortlessly. She would not even miss a single word. Whatever being asked, she can speak it very effortlessly, and one will not even feel that she could not hear. And then in our 2-hour discussion, that means when she was giving intriguing means fascinating, curious to know something. No, when you are very curious to know something, that is intriguing. Okay. So, in our 2-hour discussion, now as they were having a discussion, she was being taken interview by the reporters and all, and they have asked lots of questions to her. While in that discussion, in that 2-hour discussion, she never missed a word. She has not missed a single word. What is being asked to her, she replied it very effortlessly. And then she said that men with bushy beards give me trouble, and the people who has beards, no dari, you can say mooch, not dari, mooch. Okay, so people who has beard, they give her trouble. She says she laughed while saying these words, that people who has beard on her face, they give her trouble. And why they give her trouble? Because how she actually listen to the speaking of the people, how she actually catch each and every words of the people through that lips, okay, words very properly what they are actually speaking. Now the one who has beards on their face, she found it gives a very a problem. It gives a problem because she cannot see their lips properly because of their beards. No, it is hidden. The lips are hidden with the beard, so she cannot see. She cannot even understand what they are actually speaking. So she says that I can. She says that she can hear. Uh, she can actually understand each and every language what people are speaking, each and every words of the people. But the one who has beards on their face, she cannot actually see the words properly what they are actually speaking. And also, she say that she can speak very flawlessly. She can speak Scottish. She can speak Scottish very properly, very flawlessly, and also her speech is very clear because she could hear till she was 11. As till 11 she could hear, when only when she was 11 years old. After that only her hearing problem has started. But till 11 she can actually, till 11 she could hear properly. So in that way she has learned her language properly. She know how to speak Scottish. Okay, so she know the way of speaking that. But later on she did not even inform, she did not tell anyone that how she learned to. She even know how to speak French, and she even uh, know the Japanese, the basic Japanese. But she did not explain it. She doesn't explain it that how she managed to learn those languages. But Scottish Lilt, she was very perfectly speaks flawlessly with that, because till 11 she could hear. After that only the problem started with her. Clear everyone? Is there any doubt with you here? Just reply till here. Is there any doubt? Flawlessly means without making any mistake. Flawlessly means without making any mistake. Very smoothly you can say. Okay. Okay, we can complete this chapter today. So now let's go to the 7th paragraph. Yeah. Now, as for music, she explains. Now, for music, she explains that how she actually hears music. It pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in my skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drums, she can feel the resonance flowing into her body. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibration passes through her bare feet and up her legs. Now, now how she actually learned music. She explained here pretty properly how she actually tried to hear the music. It pours in through every part of my body. So now, she feels music in every part of her body. Though she cannot hear, she feels music through every part of her body. She says that it tingles in the skin. She feels the music in her skin. In the skin, no, she get a vibration in the skin of her body. My cheekbones, she find it in her cheekbones, and even she feel it in her hair. She can feel her music in her hair, in her cheekbones, no, cheekbones, and then on the skin, everywhere. She feels the music like that only with the help of her body parts. Okay, so her hair can also hear music. So she can feel music in her hair also, the vibration of the music. So in that way, actually she can actually feel the music, the vibration of the music. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her finger. And when she starts playing the xylophone, how she actually listen to the sound of the xylophone, because we need to stick to play the xylophone, isn't it? So while she just use the sticks, she can sense that while she is just playing the xylophone, she can sense that the sound is passing up the stick into her fingertips. So from the stick, it just passes on her fingertips. So in that way, she feels the music in her fingertips also. And again, by leaning against the drum, and by just leaning against the drum, by just beating the sound of the drum, so it just come all over her body. She can feel the vibration of her body, the sound, the echo sound of the drum. Okay, so in that way she started hearing music. On a wooden platform, she removes her shoes, and on the wooden platform, and when where her stage is made of wood, her stage tingles means like some sense you get it, no, some sense causes a slight pricking or stinging sensation. The sense, that is tingle. Okay, tingles in the skin means she feel it, the feeling, the sense you have on the, when you just beat something, you just feel in your body, no, the vibration. Thus that sense is known as tingles. Okay, so now on the wooden platform, she also tells that where there is a wooden platform, means the stage is made of wood. She removes her shoes there. She just opened her shoes there. Why? Because she then only the vibration will go through her bare feet. She will be bare feet there. She will stand barefoot there, and then when there will be sound, she removes the shoes in the on the wooden platform, and when the music, the instrument will be played, she will feel the vibration that will just come through her body from the bare feet and up her legs. Okay, so in this way she tried to listen to the music. Clear, everyone? Is there any doubt? In that way she hears the sound of the music. Okay, so not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audiences. So now Evelyn even delights the audiences. Her audiences are very much, they are a big fan of Evelyn. It was not a surprising thing for anyone. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. She has got many awards. She got award in 1991. She was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society prestigious Soloist of the Year award. And then says master percussionist James Blades. And then one of the master percussionist, James Blake, what he says about Evelyn. He says that God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. And this James Blake, he says that God has taken her hearing, though God has taken her hearing power, but but still God has given her some extraordinary. That's why we can see many people, no, many who are actually people who are physically handicapped people. We can say they have some extra powers on them, isn't it? Though they cannot, uh, though they have some problem with them, but still God gave them some extra powers. So similarly, according to James Blake, also Evelyn, hearing power was taken away by God, but still God has given her some extraordinary, and that He has given, and that is what we see here. No, we have learned here that what we hear, what we actually hear, the normal people who can actually hear properly, what they hear, she can actually feel it. What we hear, she feels, and far more deeply than any of us, and she can feel far more better than the normal people. What we feel, what we hear, she feels, and when you feel something you actually learn it in a proper way. So here James Blake, he says that what we hear she feels, and she feels far more better than the normal people who can actually hear very properly, and that is the reason why she expresses music so beautifully, and that is why she cannot be compared to any other musician. She express music so beautiful, and that is the reason why she express music so beautifully, because she feel the thing. When you feel the thing by your heart, you actually take it very properly. Okay, clear, everyone? So in this way she has learned music, and this there are very short question answer. You can just say as we are going on, you just underline some of the word. Okay, like in 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society prestigious soloist of the year. These questions are very important. Okay, later on we will discuss about it. This short question answer from the chapter also. Okay, just write it down. Okay. Okay, then Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic. I have just got to work, often harder than classical musicians, but the rewards are enormous. And now she says, Evelyn, she confesses that she is something of a workaholic. Workaholic means one who loves working. She work hard. She is a hard worker, one who works a lot, one who she gives her full heart in her work. Whatever work she does, she gives her full concentration on that. So that's why she says that she's like a workaholic. Okay. I have just got to work, and only the thing is what she has to work, even often harder than classical musician. What the classical musician they do, she need to work harder than that, because she has to be perfect. For her, she want to be perfect one. She want to do better than what she has done before. So she worked very hard, and that's why she says that she is a kind of workaholic. But the rewards are enormous. and but the rewards that she get are enormous. She cannot even define it. Okay, enormous, cannot define it. It's very precious. Apart from the regular concerts, and as she has gives her regular performances everywhere, she also gives some free performance in some places. Here she says, apart from the regular concert, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prison and hospitals. So Evelyn, though she gives her regular performance in many places, but she also gives some free performance. She gives some free performance in prison and in hospital. She entertained the people in the prison and the hospital by giving her the free, by showing them her free performance. She do not charge anything from there. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians, and she also give most importance. She also give most importance to the uh, young children, young musicians who actually love music. She also give importance to them, and she also teach them. She also take classes uh, for the young musician. Okay, so she gives very important to them. Anne Richlin of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children says, now there is uh, a woman, Anne Richlin. She is actually she works in a Beethoven Fund for deaf children. For she works for the deaf children. She says that she is a shining inspiration for deaf children. She says that Evelyn is a shining inspiration for all the children who cannot hear, because when they see that there is nowhere that they cannot go, because these deaf children got an inspiration from Evelyn. Maybe previously the deaf children are discouraged a lot, but when they saw Evelyn, that being a deaf also she has achieved a lot, then these deaf children, they realize that there is nowhere that they cannot go, that if they work hard they can do anything they like. So she has become a she has given become a shining inspiration to the deaf children also. Clear, everyone? If you have any questions regarding this, you just write it down in the chat section. I will reply it. Okay. And then the last part, Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age. Evelyn Glennie, she had already accomplished her, she has already made her more better than the other people who are twice her age, than most of the people who are twice her age. She has become more mature than them. She has become more perfect than them. She has actually made herself far more better than the other people. She has brought percussion, the people who are the top people, Evelyn Glennie, senior most musician and all. She has become mature than them also. Okay. She has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra. She has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra. Okay. She was the one. She has brought the one who can play drums and all. She has brought them in front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. And she has demonstrated, she has showed that this thing can be very moving by showing her performance, by showing her that a deaf people, a deaf person can also do this much. By showing that, by demonstrating those things, she has actually became an example for each and every people of the world. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped. She has also become an inspiration, a good given a good inspiration to those who are handicapped. Not only the one who are deaf, but also the other people who are handicapped people, physically disabled people. She has given inspiration to all those people. People who look to her and say, and people who look her performance and say, if she can do it, and they say what they say, if she can do it, I can. And the people, the handicapped people, the other disabled people, when they see her performing her, giving her performance, best performance in the stage and all, then they say that yes, when she can do, if she can do it, then why we cannot? So that has become an encouragement for them. Evelyn has encourages many kind of people, and not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. She has not only worked for the money, though she got lots of money while giving her best performance everywhere in the stages and all, but she has not only worked for the money, she has entertained many people, millions of people. She has given pleasure to millions of people, the sick people, the people who are in the prison, the deaf children, the handicapped children. They have also been inspired by her, and she has entertained them also by her work, by her performance. So this is what about the story Evelyn Glennie Listen to Music Without Listen to Sound Without Hearing It by Deborah Cowley. Okay, is there any doubt, students? I think you have understood those things. Just reply if you have any doubts here. Reply if you have any doubt. No reply. Okay. Okay, understood everyone. Here, okay, and not the least, she has given enormous pleasure means lots of pleasure means much pleasure to everyone. Enormous, huge pleasure to everyone. Yes, she is able to play lots of thousands of instruments she has learned. Okay, she has learned thousands of instruments. You can see here she has master. She has master in music. Okay, so master in music means learn thousands of instruments. Is there any question? Okay, so as we have completed this part, tomorrow there will be no classes. We will have question answer section, so you will get video on question answer, whatever lessons till now we have completed. And yes, rather than the exercise question answer, you have lots of short question answer from the book also. So you read the book properly and find out some short question answer. Write it yourself, okay? And just send it to in the group. You just write it some 10 to 20 questions from this chapter from Evelyn Glennie, and some short, only the short question answer, 1 mark, 2 mark question answer. You just complete that yourself, and the remaining exercise question answer I will provide you tomorrow. Tomorrow you will get question answer from for the two chapters, that is from English third and also from English one. Okay, so I hope you have no doubt till now as I have not got the reply. So till then, take care. Bye, students.